wanted to ask you just on a wider point about the BBC. There's, I don't know if you want to touch on this, but you'll have seen the controversy about sort of payoffs, and Lord Patten and Mark Thompson are up before MPs this afternoon. What have you made of that? It feels like one part of the BBC is at war with another part, an older part at the moment.
Well, I ended up as director of programmes for television, and I think my salary was $15,000 a year.
Which says it all, perhaps.
Maybe.
What have you thought about the scale of pay and the level of payoffs, and what everyone has discovered in the last few months about what's been happening over the last several years?
It doesn't require me to say that that's a huge embarrassment that the salaries of that size are being paid.
And
public service organisation.
And as a result, do you worry more about the future of the BBC because of the damage this does?
Very much so. The BBC is, in my view, one of the most important strands in the cultural life of this country by quite a long way. And it has flourished since the 20s and has contributed hugely to the cultural life of this country, and it's going through a bad patch. And I just hope that it'll emerge from the bad patch with the standards which made it great still there.
And with the charter renewal up for negotiation now, and the licence fee came out for renewal in 3 or 4 years' time, it's a difficult, it's a potentially dangerous time.
There are plenty of people who with interests which conflict with those of the BBC, and there are plenty of strands in society who would be glad to see the BBC diminished. Ideally, they would like the BBC to be exterminated, but they realise that would never happen, or should not happen. But what could happen is that it is diminished, or it is so starved of money that it has to abandon many of its public service responsibilities. And if it did that, then it would be no longer the BBC, and it would be a catastrophe for the country.